You're watching TVC Breakfast. It's time for us to look at the headlines across Nigerian newspapers. And I have with me, to make sense of all of this, my two regulars on a Wednesday like this. I have Jide Ologun here. Jide, good morning.
Good morning.
Good to see you.
Thank you very much.
And I also have Tunji Abdulhammed here. Tunji, good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Great. All right, let's begin with the first news. First news is focusing on the Omicron and the fallout of it. Diplomacy wins as Nigeria resolves dispute with the UK. Diplomacy wins as Nigeria resolves dispute with UK. That's on the first news. Daily Trust is next, and it says National Assembly members, others prone to assassination, kidnapping. The DSS is warning now. National Assembly members, others prone to assassination and kidnapping. DSS is saying this, and alleges plot to recruit students for banditry, violent protests, and the neglected will come to National Assembly and attack us. Senator Nwoboshi is saying this, and Zafara Katsina bandits now in Plateau, Taraba. Reps is saying this. All right, we'll certainly be talking about this as we open discussions shortly. Then Blueprint newspaper. Lawmakers, politicians, now kidnappers and assassins targets. This is still part of the report from the DSS. Lawmakers, politicians, now kidnappers, assassins targets. Okay. From there, let's go to Leadership newspaper. And Leadership is saying at Sam Nda Isaiah's first memorial, call for assent to electoral bill resonates. Right, Nigerians are still calling on the president to append his signature to the electoral amendment bill. Right, from there, let's go to the News Direct. News Direct says unknown terms. Reps approve $5.8 billion infrastructure loan requests as Nigeria's public debt rise to 28 trillion or 38 trillion naira in the third quarter of the year. All right, that's News Direct. From there, let's go to the Punch newspaper. The Punch says private sector fears job losses, firms closure over planned taxes and tariffs. All right, private sector fears job losses, firms closure over planned taxes and tariffs. Recall that there was a report yesterday that in the papers, though I think it was 2 days ago, that there was going to be increase in tariffs and taxes in the year 2022. All right, from there, let's go to Business Day. Business Day says Nigeria Air has no structure, 4 months to kick off. Nigeria Air has no structure, 4 months to kick off. All right, that's what Business Day has. Then the national economy, rather. National economy is the last one we're looking at now, and it says Nigeria's agro-industrial processing zone project gets Africa Development Bank 86.3 billion naira takeoff fund. All right, Nigeria's agro-industrial processing zone project gets Africa Development Bank 86.3 billion naira takeoff fund. All right, it sounds interesting. Okay, gentlemen, let's look at this troubling or concerning report of concern from the DSS as it concerns the National Assembly and some politicians. Daily Trust says National Assembly members, others are prone to assassination and kidnapping. And this is a report by the DSS. And of course, when the DSS brings out a report like this, everyone needs to sit up and see what can be done. Jide, let me start with you on this. I wonder what you make of this report by the DSS.
Firstly, I'll commend the DSS for being proactive. They say that to be forewarned is to be forearmed. And these are products of intelligence gathering and, of course, an expression of what we have been saying, that somewhere along the line, the reinforcement theory of crime may catch up with the high and mighty. And what we have currently in Nigeria is what we call cyclical unemployment. producers cannot produce, they cannot even provide jobs for those who are vibrant and could have been gainfully engaged, and now they've taken to crime. And again, when you talk about perception in public relations, the perception is that crime appears to be a free thing now in Nigeria. Criminals are not afraid of the government, not afraid of anybody. In fact, it's as if we are having a romance with banditry and stuff like that. So, and you expect that we're coming to the point we are now. But I still maintain my position that the National Assembly is in a very strong position to help this nation deliver on the primary purpose of government as enshrined in Section 14 subsection 2 of the Nigerian Constitution 1999 as amended, that says that the security and the welfare of the people shall be the primary purpose of government, and the executive arm is expected to execute that mandate. And because there are several powers available, except the National Assembly, constituted by 109 senators, 360 House of Reps members, are saying that where Nigeria is now is El Dorado, that there is no problem. Now problem is knocking on their doors. Some of us have said this. And the big question coming out from the DSS position is that how many of them can still freely visit their constituencies? But by and large, I think it may be an advocacy for patronage, because the mobile policemen are available for the big men to hire if they must go to their constituencies, and that is big business for the law enforcement agents.
Okay. Tunji, recall that some lawmakers have been raising an alarm in the last few years. In fact, there was a viral video at the time by Senator Dino Melaye at the time, another video by several lawmakers who on the floor of the House have been calling on government to say we need to do something now, otherwise we can't go back to our constituencies. They will stone us. In fact, one of them was they will throw stones at us at the time when we will go back to our constituencies if we don't do something about security now. And now it's getting to that level where the DSS is now saying there are plans underground from the intelligence they've gathered or they're putting together that National Assembly members are going to be prone to assassination and kidnapping.
I think the alert by DSS, as far as I'm concerned, is not something new.
It's not new.
It's not new, and it's not an alert as far as I'm concerned. It's something that is known to everybody. We are all in this country. It's not today that people are being kidnapped, whether National Assembly member, whether House of Assembly member. Every Nigerians are prone to what's it called, kidnap and insecurity, consequences in the country. So as far as I'm concerned, that alert, as far as I'm concerned, is nothing to celebrate. It's nothing to praise anybody for. That's my own thinking as I'm sitting here, because what I expect them to do now is not to stop at the point of raising the alarm alone. What are they putting in place? I hope they are doing enough to ensure that those who are committing or who will be committing the atrocity will not be allowed to do so. So that's what I'm expecting them to do. I think as far as I'm concerned, insecurity in the country is part of the insecurity in the country, and it's not new. So giving anybody except in Nigeria that is not serious, would think he is safe because he's a member of National Assembly or he's a member of presidency or he's a this and that. Except you are not serious. If you are serious, you know that nobody is safe in this country as of today, because the security concern is a cause for worry for everybody. So it's not, as far as I'm concerned, it's not new. And the alert is not something that we should just be celebrating. I expect that the security agencies should be doing more, especially in terms of at this point of time where we are going through what's it called, December Yuletide. So they should do more, do more intelligent research, and then I don't expect them to be giving us all a report regarding their results as regard their investigation or whatever they are doing. Let them strategize, and then they attack and ensure that those people who are planning are not able to achieve their plan. Because I heard there's another news whereby the others are saying that declaring certain group as planning to attack people. I think they should not. I don't want to be hearing all this. What I want them to do is to strategize and ensure that these attacks are not carried out.
All right, now, Jide, the point there is, at times like this, although Tunji is saying, well, this is not new, because some National Assembly members have, you know, we've had reports of members of legislature being kidnapped at one point or the other, or their family members and all of that. So this may not necessarily be new. But the issue there is, whether it is new or not, DSS has, if there's nothing new, I believe DSS will not come out to say anything. But that is the logical opinion you might put out there. But people will certainly look at it from different perspectives. But as it is right now, when it comes to the strategies to take, of course, the DSS will not, or military will not come to tell us, okay, this is what we want to do. But at the end of the day, what do you think Nigeria can do to put issues like this where they belong? Because this is actually the thing that we've been, in fact, you have been saying this over the years, especially when you quote Section 14 of the Constitution, of the 1999 Constitution as amended. As amended.
Yes. You know, Mr. Mike, I sat down and I asked a simple question. My president has been to Saudi Arabia. How do they handle security concerns in Saudi Arabia? He's been to the US. I mean, some of them have been to Singapore. Some of them probably have business accounts in Switzerland. You know, they know things happening. They run to the UK for medical care. They know how to get these things done. My personal opinion is that we may be condoning crime in this nation for whatever reason. I do not know. But Chief Olusegun Obasanjo made an allegation. Is it true that there's a Fulanization agenda? And the NSA boss just told us now that some Islamic groups are the ones sponsoring terrorism. Why are they not sponsoring terrorism in Rwanda? Why are they not sponsoring terrorism in Ghana? Why are we a nation where fighter jet was brought down by bandits before a court of competent jurisdiction labeled them, declared them as terrorists? Until now, we have not read that these are the guys who brought down the fighter. In fact, one jet disappeared, I think Alpha Jet or something. We are in a country where a portion of the rail track between Kaduna and Abuja got blown up by. We are in a country where over 3,000 human beings were slaughtered in 11 months. And we are giving out. The National Assembly members should know that they are seriously endangered. We have been saying it. I have always said that the insecurity of one is the insecurity of all.
Yep.
And so, if Nigeria wants to be secured, we have brilliant officers that can enforce it. We have read reports where soldiers came out to say they gave us directive not to go after these bandits. What have we not read? Some people have been, demoted for coming out to express some things. Now we have the Tucano jets that must have cost us about $1 million. So what else? So for us citizens, civilians, we are already looking up to God. So maybe the National Assembly members also will go spiritual. Even the president himself said we should be praying. At the time he said that only God can man the border of Nigeria and the Niger Republic. And from the report of the NSA, now that some of the sponsors of this terrorism, they are from the Sahel region, Chad, Burkina Faso, Niger Republic, and stuff like that. What is their interest in Nigeria? We are talking about internally displaced. Who are the people replacing them? Now terrorists are demanding for millions of naira from communities to secure them. And by extension, in public relations, perception again, what that says is that you people no longer have government, we will be your government. Your government has failed to secure you. So if you want to go to your farm, if you want to operate, pay us 20 million naira per month. And people are running helter-skelter. The citizens are now internally displaced in their country. And some strange elements are now internally emplaced. And we are now rolling out threats. They are spreading all over Nigeria. But when the time comes, really, some people don't like to hear this. God will do what he will do, because I mean, for over the years, we have suggested, we have done everything, service chiefs have been changed, but with all due respect this morning, there is a president who by definition presides over the affairs of this station, and he is the commander-in-chief of the armed forces, and he promised us towards 2015 election that he was going to deal with insecurity, fight corruption, give us a brilliant economy, and we are still looking up to that. So if my commander-in-chief of the armed forces is comfortable with the level of insecurity in Nigeria now, hi, what does Jide Ologun do than to turn to God Almighty? You see, but I believe that the insecurity in Nigeria can be curtailed if there is a will. The wise people say there is a way. But some of us have done deep researches. I have done research into the Sahel region, the interest in Nigeria, the antecedents and things like that, but time won't permit us, and we can do more. What is the interest in Nigeria? My president says some people are bringing ammunition from Libya. Why didn't they take the ammunition to Rwanda? Is Rwanda not an African country? Why did they take the ammunition to Nigeria, Benin Republic? And finally, sir, there is a big question. Let's go.
The issues are plenty. I feel you actually, as you are making the points. I feel you really, because sometimes when you sit down and basic questions are asked, and you don't seem to find answers to very basic questions, and one begins to feel, what are we doing here? Like you said, Nigeria is, we are just a collection. In fact, it looks like God was partial when he was putting Nigeria and Nigerians together, because we are a collection of excellence, from natural to human to all of those things. We've proven it time and time again how excellent Nigerians are. So what is all going on? But moving ahead in this U-type, Tunji, I wonder when it comes to personal security now, because as we wait, like he said, we wait on what the government is going to do and how God in heaven is going to do it. But somehow, as Nigerians and as individuals, we have to be vigilant and be conscious of what goes around. How should we go about all of that as individuals in our own little environment that we find ourselves?
Well, the only thing we can do is just to, I don't want to agree to that, is just to at least be conscious of our environment, and then do our best to ensure that, look, because as it is today in Nigeria now, everybody is a government on his own. If you live in an estate, ensure you have a fortified security on your own. If you are not lucky to be in an estate, ensure you do your best to also put whatever you think is will protect you in place, because as it is today, as far as I'm concerned, we don't have a government that can provide us security. They are not showing it. I've not seen it, that they have shown the ability that they can give us the security that we require. So it's funny that government will say that a government security agency will be telling us or warning us of a risk or regarding people being targeted or whatever. Who will protect us? What is your job? That is your role to ensure that nobody attacks us, nobody protects, nobody arrests us. What did DSS, what they want these people to do now? To stay in their houses, to sit down in their rooms, not to go out? I don't understand why they. That's why I say, as far as I'm concerned, it's not new, and it's not something you cannot say because you have a alert that there's a security a target or certain people have been targeted in terms of kidnapping and other vices. Yeah, they should just stay back in their houses or stay somewhere else and not go anywhere again.
Well,
so what you need to do,
it is expected that when alarm is raised in this nature, they expect that government should act very decisively, and because when it comes to protecting lives and property, of course, DSS is not the only security agent or agency that is meant to ensure that people are safe.
I'm not saying it's not proper to raise alarm and whatever. But it's not for general public. They should go to the president and tell the president who's the commander in chief of armed forces. Look, this is what we are noticing. This what can we do to ensure this whatever. But when you're not calling out to say you guys ensure they're after you, what do they expect them to do? To sleep in their houses, not to go out again? I don't understand it, because as far as I'm concerned, this should not be a public issue. It should be an issue of a strategy between within the security agencies and the government. The security agencies are part of the government to ensure that, look, these things are not carried out. And I won't tell you, this alert is what I can also give. If I can also give this alert, because I know nobody is safe in this country. If you, I'm not a security agency. I can also tell you that, Mr. Ologun, don't go to this place. So you are not safe. I can tell you that.
Yeah, but based on what will you give that? You know, the issue there is expected.
For example, when you are driving through Alapere axis in Lagos after 7 p.m. You're on your own.
7 p.m. Okay.
I mean, I want to be generous. You see, so these things are there. There is go and study cyclical unemployment. There is hardship in the land. There are desperate human beings who are not afraid of the loss. By the way, the Attorney General of the Federation said they have identified 400 sponsors of Boko Haram. Where are they? The same government is claiming we will not name and shame them. We will prosecute them. When will you prosecute them? When? So if you have 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory, and you find 400 sponsors of Boko Haram, you are in serious trouble. And that is the truth. And that is why some are of the, perception that there may be, it's not even beyond perception. There was a report that some of the sponsors are within the government. And somebody asked a question: if your leaders are fighting you, where will help come from? It's a serious matter. And unfortunately, in criminology, we study the fact that crime also has branches. You may start as a pickpocket and end up as a kidnapper. If you are tired of kidnapping and if it can no longer satisfy you, you migrate to other areas. And that's what's happening now. And as they grow in their appetite, they go for the big guys. And of course, again, have you forgotten the report from ECOWAS? The billions of naira that these terrorists move through our financial institutions. So what is the role of government? That's the big question we have.
This alert will only be reasonable if I've been told that so number of people have been arrested and they're already facing, they're already in court because we understand that they're doing this and they were able to get them arrested. That is when I will believe that too. They are giving anything different. What they are giving now, as far as I'm concerned, is a layman. It's what anybody can give. I can advise anybody regarding this insecurity in the country.
All right. Now we expect or we hope that what the information they give out is the one we can consume. The remaining one is left with them because they are the ones who work behind the scenes. Now,
you must not always say it. Let's see it.
Okay, it's all right. We wait. We are Nigerians.
Let's see it. I've not seen it.
All right, we wait.
They've already been saying this on many occasions, but you won't see any results.
We wait and pray to God. Maybe. Thank you very much, Tunji Abdulhammed, for coming on the program.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Jide Ologun, thank you very much for coming.
Thank you. God will preserve us and continue to bless
Nigeria.
Amen.
Don't drive within Ojota at the night.